guys, this is Nina Perez and this is Memoirs of a Fat Girl, going from P.H.A.T to P.H.A.T in real time. We are here today with Jackie Morales. Say hi. Hi. Jackie Morales is here and she is part of our boot camp. And we kept talking about like wanting to do fun things for the holidays. And so we're gonna make these tiny little apple tartlets, right? They're like little apple tartlets, yeah. Like little apple tarts. They're so cute. So we are gonna start with the crust, and she's gonna get started on that in this bowl here, and then I'm just gonna chop up a couple of apples into like little bite-sized cubes, maybe even smaller. And once we cook them down, they're gonna get small anyway. And then we're gonna take that and cook that down and put that into the little tartlets. It's super easy, right? So now Jackie had already made a recipe with me. So if you guys missed that recipe, I will try to link that on top. And that is like a cheesecake, right? Like an eggnog cheesecake bar. And we had made regular eggnog, well not regular, it was keto eggnog here at home, and so we used that eggnog to make the cheesecake bars. So we got some stuff going on today. I've been busy, okay, getting these recipes out for you guys so you guys can have really nice healthy recipes for the holidays, right?
Yeah.
And you ready?
Ones too.
And what?
And yummy ones.
And yummy ones, exactly. Hello. That's the only way we do things here.
Right.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Make sure that you click like and the little bell notification so you don't miss a video. The way that you can support this channel is by sharing, liking, and clicking that bell notification, because as much as we grow this healthy community, the better for all of us to keep getting healthier and healthier. This is a journey of a fat girl going from P.H.A.T to pretty healthy and terrific in real time. I'm not coming to you in like 100 pounds less and being, look, I did it, and never showing you the struggles. That's like not fair. So I wanted to do this for real and to actually document this as I'm going. And also all of these recipes at the end of all of this journey, which hopefully will be about a year of really putting my life work into like losing this weight, because after that I'm hoping that I could then help people actually do it for themselves. And so what I want to do is take all of those recipes and make a cookbook out of it, and that's the goal, right? So let's make these little tartlets. So they're little apple tarts that we're going to make. So let's start with the filling. So the crust is 1/3 cup of sugar, which is right here. And we're not using sugar because we're trying to stay away from sugar, so we're using allulose. And allulose is like a derivative of sugar, and it tastes really, really nice. It's not as sweet as sugar, but it doesn't spike your insulin levels, so it works really well for that. And then we're gonna do 1/4 cup, which is about 4 tablespoons of soft butter. And then we're going to do avocado oil, and that doesn't really have a lot of flavor, so it's the best thing to use. If you have a sunflower oil, safflower oil, something, just use it. And so the next thing we're going to use is, I didn't have milk because I am allergic to casein, so we had a little soy milk. So we're going to use a little bit of soy milk, or you can use almond milk, cashew milk, coconut milk. You know, it just so happens that that's what I had on hand. That's what we're using. Then we have some vanilla extract and salt, just a tiny bit. You always kind of use salt when you're using sweet. Salt is just like amazing because it just brings out the flavor of so many things. Like, how many times have you had a dish and it's boring, and then you put a little bit of salt and it's just like, oh, this is so good, right? It's so good. It changes completely. Okay, and then the next thing you're going to do is your flour. So again, I am gluten-free. Jackie here is trying to become gluten-free, so we're going to use a gluten-free cup-to-cup flour. So that's what you have there. Do you ever use cup-to-cup?
Cup-to-cup? No.
Yeah, okay. Cup for cup or cup to cup or whatever, it's very good. So it almost works like a regular flour, which is nice. But it's not, flour. It's made with like, I think it's like rice flour and brown rice flour and some other stuff in there, and it has xanthan gum in it and all that, so that it can act like a regular flour. Yeah. So, and then we're just gonna mix that together, and we're gonna put in our finely chopped toasted pecans, and that's pretty much it for that. So why don't you go ahead and mix that together. We'll be right back. Oh, sorry, there you go. Okay guys, so we are back. So she did the mixture, and it's very crumbly. So if you can see here, see that? It's very crumbly, but it actually comes together, presses together. Okay, so you're gonna take that now, Jackie, and you're just gonna take a little bit put a little bit in each hole there, and then let's press it in all the way through. Yeah. So while Jackie's doing that, I'm like, well, let's not waste too much time. Let's go ahead and get this done. So we are going to cook this. I'm gonna cook the apple mixture. Okay. So all I did was I cut up about 4, was it 4 apples? 4. Yeah. So we cut up about 4 apples. You probably won't need that many, maybe 3 or so. It is a lot of apple, but it's gonna cook down. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cook this out, and we are going to get this apple mixture cooked at the same time, because the beauty of having 2 people working on it is when these go into the oven and they cook, this will be cooling. So then we don't have to do the process and wait for the next process. Yeah. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm sure that you guys love watching her press something into the pan here, but you know, let's keep it moving, people. Let's keep it moving. All right, so we're gonna put some butter in here and cook this down a little bit, melt this butter down. I am going to throw in our apples, and it looks like a lot of apple, but it's only, you know, gonna cook down and get soft. So might as well just, you know, right? So we're gonna cook this down a little bit. You know what would be really good in here? I don't know if Jackie's old enough yet, but a little brandy would be good in here. Make like a little flambe type thing, you know, but I'm just joking. Okay, so I'm gonna melt this butter in, and I don't know if you can see that. We're gonna melt this butter in here, and while this is melting, and it's getting nice and beautiful and soft, I'm gonna go ahead and put the sugar in here. And this again is allulose. It's not a lot. I actually put very little sugar because I like the tartness of the apples, and besides the crust that she's making has a lot of sweetness to it, so we don't have to get so exaggerated. So in here I have pumpkin spice, but you can use cloves, ginger, allspice, cinnamon. I like pumpkin spice, right? It's so good. It's so good. And you can put it in like anything, you know, you can literally any kind of dessert that you have, you can just sprinkle it on or cook with it, because it has all the spices of everything, right? So we're gonna cook this down for a few minutes, and I'm gonna squeeze half a lemon in here. I don't, have you ever made a filling before, like an apple filling?
Yeah,
okay, yeah. And I don't have cornstarch. I just don't normally use cornstarch, but I do have arrowroot, and arrowroot is used for people who don't like to use cornstarch or anything, but you can also use potato starch. And of course the arrowroot, which is a good substitute, but that's what I had in house, so that's what we're using. So I'm just gonna cook this down for a few minutes. I'm gonna let these apples, you know, get nice and soft, and apples release a lot of natural water, so it starts to make like its own juices, you know? This is called a press. And it just makes the dent for you. So that it like
it has a little
has a little bit more like room for you to put the cool, right?
Yeah.
Put that little tool. All right, guys. So Jackie has completely pressed the pan, and so she used this little Pampered Chef tool that I used to have, which was called, I think, a something press. It's so cool because it fits right in, so I made the little divots for her. And then right now what I'm doing is I'm cooking the apples. So I am going to pop this into the oven. If you don't mind squeezing that half a lemon in here, and then we will add the arrowroot. Yes. Isn't that thing awesome?
Yeah. You know,
it literally squeezes everything out.
We had one, but it was plastic. I ended up breaking the one.
Yeah. Mine too, but this one's metal. I love this. It's so old. Look at it. It's so freaking old. It's like, I don't know, 10 years old or something. But look at that. Like inside out inverts the lemon. That's how much lemon juice you get out of this thing. So we're going to put some lemon juice. And those apples look like they're pretty cooked. They're pretty cooked down at this point. And so I'm just going to mix a little bit of water with the arrowroot. Kind of like what you would do if you had cornstarch. Same thing. Because you don't want it to get lumpy, you know, because it does. Sometimes you'll have like little white specks, and it's because it got lumpy and you didn't mix it
You know,
beforehand.
and those lucky ones get that in there.
And so you're gonna now cook that down, and that's gonna become a really thick mixture, like right before your eyes. And then that's it. We're gonna let that sit and cool, and then when we come back, we will show you what the little tartlets look like. Jackie will hopefully still be standing, and then we will put the apple inside and just enjoy. So don't forget to subscribe to this channel, people. Make sure that you subscribe. What are you waiting for? Hello? Go down and subscribe to the channel. And make sure you click that little bell notification so you don't miss a video. And when we come back, we will finish this off. And don't forget to watch the rest of them because we have a lot of fun videos coming your way on top of the boot camp. You can sit there, laugh at us if you want, or you can join us. And so make sure you email me at hello@memoirsofafatgirl.live, and we'll be right back. Ready? Okay, guys, welcome back. And so what we're gonna do is we are gonna take these, the apple filling, and we are gonna make sure that we fill up all these little cups, because if we can fill them high, then we can eat a lot. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab 2 more spoons because I think it'll be easier for us to kind of like scoop it out. I think it'll be easier if we have 2 spoons, you know, we can go like that. So why don't you go have some filling? And we are gonna just fill up these little cups. And so for this one, did we use, yeah, we did. We used the gluten-free flour on this one as well. But you know, gluten-free doesn't mean the best or healthy for you either. So you gotta be careful with how much you're consuming. I mean, it does have rice and all of that in it, so it is pretty high in carb. But I do try to use almond flour, hazelnut flour, coconut flour. Those are lower in carb, and they're actually really good if you're somebody who's on a keto diet. So do you use gluten-free flour at all, or just the nut flours and stuff?
And just the nut flours.
Oh, okay.
Usually, yeah.
Do you use regular flour at all, or you try to?
I try not to.
Right.
I try to just use the nut flours that I have.
You ever take a recipe and change it up? Like it says regular flour and you try to use? Does that work?
You have to change everything, like all the different, just because like you said before, you know, the liquid measurements change with that. Because otherwise it might come out too dry, because it absorbs more, or too liquidy, so you have to just be careful. Exactly.
Yep, that's one of the things I learned by trying to do everything a little bit healthier, right? So I started trying to do my recipes with more coconut flour, almond flour, and stuff like that, just to keep it low carb. And I realized that it is a learning process. So don't get frustrated. You're gonna use something one day, it's not gonna work. You're probably gonna have to use it and do it a couple of times. But it does have a reward to it, because then you can feel like you can have a dessert without feeling like, man, I just ate so much garbage right now. And you can at least enjoy it, and it's low carb, right? So this is not low carb. This is not low carb because we're using apples as well. So I want to come up with like an apple pie that's faux. And what I want to use is either zucchini, something called a chayote. And I want to cook that as if they were apples and put that into a pie, and then that will be keto and low carb. So that's my next experiment. So I'm not going to put that on camera until I actually get that one right, because I don't want to go through all that, because I might not like it. So I'm not going to do that. But so these little apple tartlets are pretty done. I think, yeah, they come out pretty good. So I didn't check that one before. All right. So we are going to have some of our friends, if they are willing, to come up and try these. They may or may not want to be visible. I can't get my husband on camera unless I'm making flan. That's the only way. I caught him on camera one time, and that was it. Okay. All right. Dear friends of mine, do you guys want to try?
Okay.
You want to try? All right. All right, so these are our apple tartlets, and this fine, it's right here. Grab Ernest, come on around, because Ernest has been making a few recipes with us already. You know him. All right.
Just us? Oh, that's everybody.
No, we're all gonna try it. Ready, guys? Apple tartlets
Unite.
with a gluten-free. Oh,
That is delicious.
isn't that good? So what we did is we used alternative sugars instead of regular sugars. And so we used allulose. No, we used erythritol. We used erythritol, that's what we used. And you can actually put a little bit of a whipped cream on this or something like that, or something really light, like you
Like
can buy
ice cream?
This would be good in an ice cream,
Yeah.
wouldn't it? But this is really, really good. And you're not gonna have a lot of these. This is really like 1-2 bites done. And you should only have maybe 2. I don't know if that's gonna be the case for this plate right here, but I think it might be. So anyway, I wanna thank you guys so much for watching. This is Victoria, this is Ernest. This is my girl Jackie. She's the one that did all of this work with me. She is also doing another recipe where we are doing an eggnog cheesecake. And I'll probably ask these guys to come back on and give that a try too, because hey, why not? What are the holidays for if it's not for dessert? Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Nina Perez. Until next time, 1, 2, 3, fat out. 1, 2, 3,
Fat out.